Hello, we are Sarah Bramall and Rebecca Daniel, and together we are the Coaching Catalysts. We're both ICF accredited coaches, we're coach trainers for lead coach training organisations, and we're coach supervisors.
And together we work with coaches and professionals, helping them to enhance their coaching practice. We do this via the Coaching Catalyst Collective, which is a service that is designed for coaches who use coaching skills in their work, in their business, to help them to elevate their coaching practice, develop their skills, and enhance their abilities as a coach.
Where are you learning? Where are you growing? Where are you changing?
I've done group coaching with both you, Rebecca, and Sarah, and I love them.
And I remember a lecturer saying to me that a coach can only ever take their clients as deeply as they've taken themselves.
And I'm very, very lucky that Sarah and Rebecca were the first people that I approached, but have been exactly what I'm looking for.
It was actually the addition of supervision which helped me to develop as a coach even more.
Often have you sacrificed your sleep or skipped your lunch or not booked a doctor's appointment?
When we can start to really embrace our clients and their differences, it's then important for us to look at our own biases and our own assumptions.
We need employees to be offering some greater flexibility about working hours.
You appreciate that us as people will get so much more out of our business if we get so much more out of ourselves.
Just loved, having the space to kind of dream.
Now I'm reaching my top goal, which I didn't think I'd be anywhere near. And I think without the support of Rebecca and Sarah, I really don't know if I would have got to that point.
If you want to work with us either one-to-one, via the collective, or training for your business or organisation, we look forward to hearing from you soon. Get in touch with us using the details below. Well, happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, and what a week it has been here at the Coaching Catalysts. So we are super excited to be here with you live this morning. We've got somebody very special to introduce shortly.
We really have. So this week, for those who don't know, we've been running our coaching and our supervision experience. On Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we delivered 3 45-minute workshops on reflective practice, on coaching presence, what supervision is, what it isn't. And then yesterday, we delivered our masterclass on making a change, supporting coaches with their beliefs, supporting them with setting goals and actions in order for them to make a change. And at the end of that masterclass, what happened, Sarah? What did we do?
Drum roll, please. We have opened doors to the Coaching Catalyst Collective, which is our unique service offering supervision, learning and development, community and connection for coaches. And we are very pleased to say that overnight we have welcomed some wonderful coaches into the collectives. We're super excited to be opening doors and welcoming in new coaches to join, as they call themselves, as we call ourselves, the collective family. It's very exciting.
It's very exciting. So what we're going to do is today we are so excited to be kicking off one of a series of showcases. And what we're going to be doing is inviting our clients, whether they're our business to business contracts that invest in the collective service for their businesses, or whether it's individual coaches that have invested in coaching supervision for themselves. So today we're going to bring on one of the most wonderful supervisors that we have in the collective, and they're going to be sharing a bit about them, their experiences as a coach, their journey as a coach, but also their experiences of supervision too. So I think without further ado, we should bring on our very first, not next, our first coach to the scene. What do you think, Sarah?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's bring on, and I'm not going to let us introduce her. I think she can do it herself. Welcome, Sue.
Oh, good morning. I don't know what to say after an introduction like that.
Well, you know, they always say the first, the best, right? But I'm not going to say that because I don't want the rest of the collective to go, whoa, Rebecca. So thank you for being the first, and we really appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
So it would be lovely for you to introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And we will then head straight into the showcase from there.
Okay. My name is Sue Milne. I'm the founder of Sue Milne Coaching. I am a leadership coach, and I work with managers to help them really identify and develop their authentic leadership style. So when you're just starting out as a manager, when you're beginning to kind of find your feet, it might be that they're just beginning to lead teams, or they're beginning to think about making that step into leadership. It's about helping people to really find that authentic leadership style that can mean that they'll kind of more confidently lead themselves and their teams, and ultimately have more impact and influence in the roles that they're in as well.
That's wonderful, Sue. It's so interesting to hear about, because it's obviously a huge transition for somebody stepping into leadership, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of the mindset stuff, I guess, around imposter syndrome and confidence, everything that comes with it. And plus identifying your sort of core values as a leader, really stepping into that identity.
Yes. Yeah. And I think one of the things that I've found as I've gone through my career is that there's lots of different views about leadership. There's lots of different types of leaders. And for me, one of the things that I really wanted to specialize in was helping give people that confidence to really show up as themselves, because I do truly believe that actually part of being a great leader is being, as you said, is leading with your values, is really being true to who you are. And I think when you do that, I think it really resonates with people, and that's where you start to create really good rapport with people as well.
Wonderful. Yeah, very inspiring, and I'm sure really highly valued as well, the wonderful work that you do. So thank you for sharing with us. Now, I think I know the answer to this, but for people who don't know the answer to this, how did you come across us? How did you come across the Coaching Catalyst initially?
So I initially came across the Coaching Catalyst in May this year.
Okay.
And I qualified with the Coaching Academy in February this year, and I had started to set my business up, and there was lots of change going on. There was huge amounts of change, actually. I was setting up my business. I'd become a qualified coach. I was starting to think about what the next steps were, looking for clients, looking for people to work with. And I think what I'd started to recognise was that whilst I was with the Coaching Academy, and I'm still with the Coaching Academy because they've got a fantastic community, what I found was that, and I'd been talking to another coach, and I'd been saying that I almost felt a little bit anchorless. There was so much change going on, and I really wanted to look forward and say, what do I need as a coach? What do I want going forwards? How do I want to develop myself? And I think more importantly, what I recognised was that I really needed to find a way to support myself as a coach. And in that initial discussion with the person I'd been speaking to, and they'd said to me, had you thought about supervision? And I think at this point, I'd been very wrapped up in kind of thinking about qualifying and thinking about the business. I hadn't really thought about supervision. And I suppose that's where I came to your initial one of your initial experience weeks, and that was the start really of me starting to understand about what you offered and what supervision was all about as well.
Thank you for sharing that. That was an amazing experience week, and it was really nice to connect with you. And I think one of the beauties of that is not only getting together as a collective of coaches, experiencing coaching from different perspectives and meeting coaches from like all around the world, but also knowing that we have that commonality for growth and for learning and development as well. So you embarked on signing up and joining us in the collective. What would be lovely is to know where you were at the very beginning of joining the collective, and what's changed for you from May till now September. And we've still got a journey ahead of us, haven't we, Sue?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's the thing I would say to anybody who is in either a similar position to me, or perhaps they're earlier on in their journey, or even further on from me. You come to realize that we're never finished article as a coach. We're always learning and we're always developing. And I think when I came to the collective in May, I felt I felt quite anchorless. I felt like I was missing. I felt like I had a bit of a missing piece in the jigsaw. And the difference that it's made for me personally is, one, it's given me a huge sense of community, because the community is and I know I say this quite a lot to people, the community is amazing, because it's very supportive. There's a place where we can come, we can ask questions outside of our supervision sessions. So I really love having that sense of community, and I feel that the collective community is a bit like it's an extension of me as a coach. It's like my team that I can go back to and I can connect with. And that's been really important for me. And then I think the other thing for me has been when I started, and before I started supervision, I think one of the things that I was unsure about in terms of supervision was that I didn't realise the breadth of support that supervision represented. So for me, I think I thought it was a place that I could come and talk about my sessions, being the only place that I can do that outside of my coaching. But what I didn't realise was that it's like bringing my whole self to the supervision sessions. So there were aspects of support that I knew I needed. I'd been through quite a big change a couple of years ago, because I'd lost someone very close to me. And I've always been very aware of that when I've been developing myself as a coach, being very self-aware about how I support my clients, and really being in the right, in the right place to be able to do that. So I wanted to, that was one thing that I was very aware of. And what I've been able to do with supervision is to really kind of check in with myself before each of the sessions, and really kind of ask myself, what support do I need? And it's very flexible in that it could be something around a particular technical aspect of my coaching, or it could be something around, I suppose, the way that I'm feeling, and perhaps I need to bring something that I need to talk about that's impacting my coaching. And I think the one thing for me, what it's done is it's really helped my confidence. I think at the start of the journey, before I came into supervision, I was, there's a lot going on. I'm starting a business, and there was quite a lot of uncertainty. I think what it's allowed me to do is it's allowed me to face that uncertainty with confidence. And the other thing that it's done is it's allowed me, and I was thinking about this the other day, it's allowed me to have the space to be able to really think about how I want my business to be. And in the last couple of months, it's given me that space to actually come up with some ideas that perhaps if I'd not had that support, I think it would have been difficult to do.
Thank you. We there's so many valuable insights there. I'm going to just make reference to that increased confidence, the value of community, and what we love, Sarah and I love it when we see you guys all connecting and arranging to meet, or arranging to have groups together and connect outside of the sessions. And you're right, it is that mini team. But the difference here is that we are all invested in our growth, in our success as a coach, in the service that we provide to our clients. So we have a real aligned commonality. And so it's really lovely to hear you say that. And I also appreciate you sharing about you working on your business, because that's another question we get asked. Oh, can we bring up business related cases to the session? And the answer to that is, if it impacts on you as a person, which impacts on your practice, then yes. And it looks like you've taken that action and worked towards improving that aspect of it. Yeah, really fantastic, Sarah.
Oh, Sue, thank you. It's so inspiring to hear about you, to hear about your journey, also to hear your learning, the progress that you've made as a result of supervision. So thank you for sharing that with all of us. Now, if people want to connect with you after this, what's the best way to do that?
The best way is you can find me on LinkedIn, and you can also find me on Instagram at _Sue Milne Coaching.
Super. Okay, so Sue is active on Instagram and also over on LinkedIn. I'm also going to pop that into the comments here. So for those of you watching, you can click through on those links and connect with Sue. Super. Thank you so much for that. It's been a real joy to speak to you today. So I guess just kind of one sort of final note, one last question for you is to ask you, what would you say to a coach who is thinking about joining the Coaching Catalyst Collective?
I would say just go for it. I think that it's an it's an investment. We have to invest in ourselves as coaching, but I think the breadth of support, and we've talked today about supervision, but within that community, there's also, there's accountability. There's also the learning sessions that we have and the connection sessions. And I think if you're looking for somewhere that will the way I would describe it is I feel like I've had the arms of the community wrapped around me, and you come into this community, it's a really great safe space. And I think if that's what you're looking for, then come and join, because you will find a hugely supportive space in which you can grow and develop as a coach, whatever stage of the journey that you're on.
Thank you, Sue. And just a reminder that you've also got an Authentic Leader newsletter as well. So if any leaders out there or organisations and businesses that are looking to really empower your leadership team, please do reach out to hop onto Sue's newsletter, because I can guarantee there'll be some loads of golden nuggets there for them. But for now, thank you, Sue. I appreciate you. Sarah appreciates you. And we continue to look forward to working with you and watching you grow.
Thank you. And thanks for having me today.
Thank you so much, Sue. It's been such a pleasure to speak to you. So if you have been inspired by listening to Sue, listening to her story and hearing about the support that she's receiving through the Coaching Catalyst Collective, we have got good news for you. Doors are open now to the collective, and they are going to be open until next Friday, the 22nd of September at 3 p.m. So if you are interested in investing in supervision, in learning and development, and you want to be part of that supportive community that Sue has described, do please come and join us. We have got 6 spaces available in each of our supervision groups, and they're being allocated on a first come, first served basis. So don't wait till next Friday to sign up. If you've got any questions at all, drop us an email, hello@thecoachingcatalyst.com. Send us a DM on socials. We'd really love to hear from you.
That's it for now. We look forward to seeing you next week. We've got 2 showcases on Monday. We've got 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday. We've got a few showcases coming up for you. So watch this space. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.